Hello everyone, this week in Star Citizen, let's take a look. On Wednesday, Star Citizen Live returns with a special 2-hour live developer commentary as we jump into Siege of Orison, a permanent PvE addition to the persistent universe arriving in Alpha 4.10. Join the devs at 4 PM UTC as they play through the operation and discuss what you can expect to come later this month. And here's the schedule: Monday this week in Star Citizen, Tuesday August subscriber com link, August subscriber newsletter, Wednesday Star Citizen Live Game Dev Siege of Orison at 4 PM UTC on Twitch, July 2026 PU monthly report, and on Friday RSI weekly newsletter. I'm looking very forward to CIG playing Siege of Orison because there are some serious issues with this. It is instanced, but we still have massive things inside the instance. It just runs on a normal server that is already overloaded with all the other tasks it has to deal with. NPC AI, even in an instance, is still absolutely brain dead. Watch this epic boss fight of Salty Mike.
Go ahead. No matter what you do, Nine Tails have already won. I'll cover you. I'll cover you.
Yeah, the boss is repeating the same voice lines over and over. The boss doesn't try to flank Salty Mike. The boss doesn't even take cover. And the crates Salty Mike is hiding behind look very destructible. I would think in real life a 9mm could shoot through this. But the boss doesn't even try. So it's very likely that Squadron 42 has the same terrible NPC AI. Actually, this reminds me of this. Like with our instanced hangars where we have massive overlapping, instances in Siege of Orison don't work either. Even if you are grouped, you can end up in different instances and instances overlap. People manage to get ETS-GEOs inside the elevator areas and are just killing other players without any chance of the other players to fight back because it's an armistice zone. There's debris blocking the tram with no way for people to remove it. And CIG still doesn't understand the concept of an MMO, of choke points, because there's a very limited amount of elevators. These elevators can get blocked by people who are AFK inside the elevator, and then no one can even enter Siege of Orison instances. Now the $1 billion question: will CIG play on live servers, or will CIG play on their local area network on dedicated servers that are standing right next to them? And even if CIG plays on live servers, they most likely will play on a special server. Here's a posting on Star Citizen, and they are talking about exactly the same thing. Join the devs at 4 PM UTC Wednesday as they play through Siege of Orison and discuss what you can expect to come later this month. This week in Star Citizen, started by Stuart GT. Watcher XP, wonder if they are gonna play on local servers, I wonder. Firm Painting 5257, you mean they won't be in servers with ATLS and tens of bodies at the elevators and people AFK in the elevators? Solid Bigness, but I expect they will instead show a best case scenario with an internal server spun up for it, in which case I do hope the live chat holds them accountable for sidestepping the game's longest running issue and setting unrealistic expectations for players on 4.10 release. Well, obviously CIG wants to show how well Siege of Orison runs and how nice everything is, so they won't play just on live servers. CIG will most likely play on live, on a dedicated server just for them, or on a very special server with just a few people on. Which of course is very misleading, but I can understand why they are doing this. TristX made a very good suggestion. Everyone in live chat should be spawning them non-stop until they show session info with rdisplay info 3 to prove it's a public chat with hundreds of players. Very good suggestion, but I guess CIG won't do this. Dossi line, of course they will show a best case scenario with their own dedicated server environment. It's marketing material after all, and showing to the public how they struggle to even get inside their news creation would make hilarious headlines around the media fast. However, I really wish for once they would just try the public PTU together and see what we as the ordinary daily players deal with pretty much every session. Siege of Orison has been in heaven for trolls so far on the PTU, and the devs haven't addressed this yet. He means people getting ATLS inside and just stomping other players without any chance for the other players to fight back because it's an armistice zone, and he means being AFK in the very few elevators so no one can even enter Siege of Orison instances. Once again, CIG seems to have no idea what an MMO is, what choke points are, how to avoid choke points, and CIG doesn't seem to have any clue that there are players who are only playing online to be dicks to grief. But don't worry, Jared has the perfect solution.
We got like a 17-minute section that's just dedicated to camping and griefing at the spawn habs. You know, you have the option not to. I understand the thing lets you, but it's a choice to do and a choice not to. Every one of us are capable of making those choices.
I don't understand why CIG has no idea how to build an MMO. It almost feels like that Chris just does not care about the Star Citizen PU. It only exists to get the money in. It's his piggy bank. So Chris can spend the money on things he likes. Things like his interactive movie Squadron 42, so Chris can cosplay as a movie director again. By the way, there will be chapter 2 and 3. Expensive art for all their studios, and Chris' private cinema. I would be very surprised if the Star Citizen PU has even seen 100 million of the $1 billion. Lucky ingenuity. Holy shit, the devs playing the game live on stream is something I have wanted for a long time. In a different state of the game, the dev team could drive some very cool events, fleet battles with our favorite devs as the captains. Anyone? Pattern is movement. I guarantee it will be on a private local server. I don't think it will be a private local server, it will be on live, but CIG will very likely play on their very own dedicated live server, with like 5 people on it. Gare Lawson, oh man, I can't wait to see them play on a totally not super local server with near perfect server performance that is totally representative of the game's live performance. Gonna be yapping about Siege of Orison and new upcoming ships for 2 hours. So awesome. Link to this thread is in my first pinned comment below. I'm looking very forward to CIG devs playing Siege of Orison, and there will be a reaction video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Now I'm trying to eat a sandwich. Eat. He injected a sandwich. He injected it. He used it like a syringe. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.